Where do military people live here in San Antonio, Texas? That's the hot topic we're going to talk about today. And we're going to discuss and dive in the 7 neighborhoods that people like to gravitate towards, especially if you're the military personnel. That way you're in close proximity to all these military bases, Air Force bases around town. And one of the nicknames in San Antonio is called Military City, USA. So if you're relocating to San Antonio because you're a military personnel, this video is for you. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna hop into my computer. We're gonna go through every single neighborhood. We're gonna go through the properties together. We're gonna look at the properties that are on the market together and gonna go see the photos inside to see what type of properties are out there. We're gonna discuss some areas in the city of San Antonio, the close proximity of each Air Force base, the military bases that you guys are gonna move to. And that way you guys have a better idea what part of town you guys are gonna live in and get familiar with that portion of the video. So let's hop into my computer right now. Okay guys, so we're on my computer and I'm gonna show you guys the map of San Antonio as a refresher for those of you who haven't watched any previous videos on my channel. So over here you have 2 big loops, loop 1604 and then loop 410. So these are the major expressways, major highways you're going to travel on. You also have I-10 that cuts all the way through downtown and goes all the way to Seguin and all the way to Houston. I-10 cuts from California all the way to Florida in the south part of the United States. You also have 281, Highway 281 that cuts across the entire city. So these are the most traveled, or at least the most common ones that I actually travel on, you know, taking care of you guys that are relocating to San Antonio, moving to San Antonio. But now let's talk about the military bases here in San Antonio. So all these red dots are going to be where you're going to be stationed most likely if you guys decide to relocate or move to San Antonio. So you have Camp Bullis, JBSA, Camp Bullis Air Force Base over here, a military base. You also have Lackland Air Force Base here. You have Fort Sam Houston here. Anywhere where you see like gray areas like this, you're gonna have military bases there. Actually, I just pulled up the link to Camp Bullis. It says it's about 28,000 plus not square feet, but acres rather. In that particular base. It's actually one of the biggest bases in the city of San Antonio. So if I just scroll on these, you're gonna see JBSA, Fort Sam Houston, Camp Bullis is up north over there near I-10. Sam Houston is gonna be closer to the downtown area. Lackland Air Force Base is gonna be closer to the Loop 410 area. San Antonio Maps going to be closer to the downtown area as well. Randolph Air Force Base is going to be in the northeast part of town near the I-35 corridor. You're going to have your IKEAs there, great shopping over there, Costco, Sam's Club, great restaurants you guys can choose from, a lot of cool stuff. But you know, as promised, we're going to get right to the subdivisions and the 7 most gravitated neighborhoods that are ideal for military personnel such as yourselves that are watching, that you guys can gravitate towards. Mind you, this is just most common areas people are moving to when it comes to military bases. You can obviously still move anywhere you want given the VA lenders you guys choose to work with. We're going to partner up with them, so it doesn't matter. But this video is for you guys, so you guys can have an idea what to expect. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break and let you guys know that if you guys are looking to move to San Antonio, relocate to San Antonio, now's your shot to contact us. Go ahead and contact us below. All of our information is below. I'm actually filming this in my newest chicken coop. All of this is actually old material that people threw out. You know that saying, one man's junk is another man's treasure. So this is my treasure. I just got new chickens, if you can see behind me. Anyways, now let's get back to the video. What to expect. So you know what, I'm just gonna show you guys my MLS, multiple listing service. So over here on the subdivision information, we're gonna touch on Rhine Valley, Auburn Hills, Almost Park Terrace, Alamo Ranch, Amber Creek, Alamo Heights, and Terrell Hills on our 7 neighborhoods that military personnel gravitate towards and move to. So I opened up another MLS so that way we can, you know, check out and see these particular properties and these subdivisions separately, because as this is loading, you can see that when I click the results, it says 123 matches right here. So as the other page is loading, I'm gonna just click on view results. I want to make sure we tackle each subdivision. We're gonna go through a couple of properties within each subdivision. If I do and move the map over, you're gonna see which part of town it's going to be most likely that you guys are going to be living at, or at least prefer to live close to the military bases. So you're going to have about 50 properties here, 6 properties that are currently on the market in this particular part of town, 55 properties here, and about 12 properties in this region. So you can see kind of and have an idea what areas are you going to be moving towards or living in and relocating in San Antonio. So let's start with let me just go back. So we're gonna start with Rhine Valley, I think is what we had on the top of the list. Yeah, so let's start with Rhine Valley. I'm gonna type that in on this tab, Rhine Valley, and see what it has to offer. So right now we currently have 12. It says 12 properties for sale on the market. So I'm just gonna look through a couple of them. So you're gonna see a bunch of new builds in this particular part of town. The city is, you're gonna see here, Selma shirts. So this is gonna be really nice area. You also have like I mentioned earlier before, you have the IKEA shopping center, which is really close by. Let me pull out the map a little bit for before we actually dive into the properties. So if I zoom out and just gravitate towards that area where the listings are at, so right here you're gonna see Randolph Air Force Base. So all this region right here, this quadrant here, is going to be Randolph Air Force Base. So over here, right in this section on I-35 and in the Live Oak Center, you're going to have your IKEAs. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually just map of San Antonio map, and that way I could share with you guys the actual map and closeness and proximity to a lot of things. So I'm gonna just type in IKEA once this loads up here. San Antonio IKEA. So let's see where that is. So obviously you guys want to have furnished properties once you guys move in here, or if you guys decide to move here, you guys know exactly where they're at. So you can obviously here you have your Buffalo Wild Wings, you have an Olive Garden restaurant. If I zoom in closer, I think you're gonna have like Longhorn Steakhouse. You have your IKEA definitely over here. So you have a lot of cool options to choose from, a lot of shopping you can do. You have the Forum Shopping Center in this corner, and then you're really close to Randolph Air Force Base right here, which is one of the one of the popular Air Force or military bases in town. So now let's just go out and check out the properties. So let's close this, and then I'm just gonna click a few. So you before we actually click a few, so you have the price points here. You have on the cheaper end, 282,000, 3-bed 2-bath, about 1,600 plus square feet, all the way to almost 500K, 489.9, a 4-bed 3.5-bath, 2,500 square feet. So you have a few options to choose from when it comes to moving to the near the Randolph Air Force Base. So let's do a few. I'm not gonna go through every single one. So I'm gonna change this and let's do details report client. So obviously it's a 3-bed 2-bath, 1,649 square feet, built in 2017. List price 282,000. So it has old carpet, original tiles. Seems pretty decent. Move-in ready. So I want to show you guys these type of properties so you guys know what to expect when purchasing a property here. So let's go with something in the middle. Let's go somewhere like close to 400K, so 399,000. This one pretty cool, has 5-bedroom, 2.5-bath, 2,500 plus square feet, built in 2017. So let's see what this one has to offer. So mind you guys, so if you guys are coming from an out of state, another city, majority of the times properties that are in the city of San Antonio are going to have attached garages. Older homes, like in the, I'd say, 1930s, 40s, 50s, may have detached garages, but that's going to be closer to the downtown area properties, just so you guys have an idea. So nice kitchen island, open concept. Look, judging from this type of property, a majority of the bedrooms are going to be upstairs. Maybe the master, given that it's a 5-bedroom house, it's going to probably be downstairs. But these types of properties, the majority of the properties are going to have all the bedrooms upstairs, and a loft space. Maybe you can treat it as like a game room, media room, whatever you guys decide to. So this is in Rhine Valley. And let's do like three properties per subdivision, like small, medium, large, right? Like middle, high end, and like super high end, right? So let's go to the higher end in this particular subdivision. So I'm gonna choose this one, 10238 Bartenheim. Built in 2024. Pictures already, the front of the house looks great. 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath. 2,500 plus square feet, built in 2024. So now you guys can see what even like a year or two fresh built property looks like. So really nice properties, high ceilings you can see all throughout, large kitchen island that can easily fit anywhere like 4 to 5 guests, maybe even you can go around here as well. Beautiful. I mean, look at the size of that living space, kitchen space, and dining space over there in that corner. Beautiful property. I know my wife would love to have a sink in my house. My home is built in the 80s. I don't have a sink in the laundry room. My first house did, it built in the 70s. We sold that one, but it's nice that these new builds incorporate like nice laundry rooms with an actual sink that you can utilize in your day-to-day task. So looks really nice, this particular neighborhood, Rhine subdivision. So just to go back, you have an option of high 200,000s all the way to the high 400,000 price points to select and choose from whenever you guys are planning to relocate to San Antonio, move to San Antonio, and shop for a property of your own. So that one is out of the way. So now next on the list is we're gonna look at Auburn Hills. So we're gonna check, I'm gonna go back to search, and then I'm gonna type in Auburn Hills. Let's check what this one has to offer. Auburn Hills at Woodcrest. Okay, so we only have 4 options, four listings that are available on the market. But before we dive in, I want to look at the map of San Antonio, zoom out a little bit. Okay, so we're still close by. So we're still close by to the Randolph Air Force Base. You can see here, not even just looking on Google Maps, I can already tell you it is going to be less than 15-minute drive, tops, even with traffic, I'd say. You just hit up I-35, go on 1604, or you can take these back roads. You can hit up Topperwine here, or you can take Kitty Hawk Road and hit up 1604. Mind you guys, there's a lot of construction being taking place or happening in the city of San Antonio with all these bridges and extension of the lanes that are being built and dealt with. So it may cause a little bit of traffic, but you're still super close to these military bases. So let's see what these have to offer. So I'll just select 3 out of the 4. So you have on the low end, the low 300s, all the way to touching to 340. So still pretty affordable. Let's check out what these properties have to offer. So 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,500 plus square feet, 309,000, close to 310. So let's see what you have over here. So it looks like original carpet. Obviously this is staged. L-shaped kitchen island. These are gonna be more on the Formica countertops. If I look a little bit closer, yeah, you're gonna have these original cabinets. What I've noticed touring these types of properties, you're gonna have a really big pantry space. I can already tell just from looking at these in person, you're gonna see them. Majority of the times, your water heater is gonna be in these type of properties in the pantry. Some of them vary, they can be in your garage, but you're gonna have huge master bedrooms. Look at that. You can literally fit like 3 or 4 of those king size beds in here. Obviously this is staged, but you can definitely sense the size in these types of properties. I mean, if you guys want to update it, you can. You could just rip out the carpet and put whatever type of flooring you guys like. See what I mean? You have huge pantry space, and also you have your laundry connection as well there, leading into the garage space. So, and these older properties, you're gonna have bigger backyard space. I mean, look how huge this backyard is. And on this particular one, it looks like the neighbor and the owner on this one installed brand new fencing, which is great. That's always a plus whenever you have like exterior updates like that. Looks like this property is in an HOA, so they're highlighting parks and playgrounds near the area, and the pool and the basketball center, so that's cool. But now you guys can know what to expect when it comes to for this particular neighborhood. So let's go, let's do this one. 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 3,322 square feet, built in 2007, listed at $315,000. So this one has 30 photos, still virtually staged. Nice curb appeal. These older homes, you're gonna notice you're gonna have the front end. You're gonna have the mailboxes there. Looks like they updated the bathroom floor here, bathroom tile. I don't think they did a bunch of updates, but they did updates here and there. Like you have like a little, looks like a shiplap wall here on the counter, kitchen island. Looks like some backsplash there. But overall, you're gonna have like original carpets, original cabinets that you're going to experience when you live in these type of properties. You can obviously update them, but for those of you who don't want to update them and you frequently move, just leave them there and utilize the house as much as you need. And then once you guys are moving somewhere else, let us know, and we'll be glad to help you guys on the sales side too. So that's that. So let's check out one more property. Let's see one which looks much better. So that one, actually, let's go to something more expensive. So 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,800 plus square feet, built in 2004. Let's see what they have to offer. So it seems a little bit dark on this one, but this is what I'm telling you guys. Pantry size, you can have a lot of pantry space on these types of properties. Space wise, it looks great. Actually, my brother-in-law bought a property with like a weird countertop space like this, like an island, so they just completely demolished it, took it out, and made like a nice kitchen island out there. So there are plenty of ideas that you guys can utilize and do. But like I mentioned before, these older homes in the northeast part of town near the Randolph Air Force Base area are going to have huge properties, and you're going to have like huge backyards and huge master bedrooms and huge pantry space. So you can stock up on all your goldfish, Nutella for your kids, all that good stuff. So really cool options you guys can choose from. So that's that for that one. So now let's go to Almost Park Terrace. So let me go back, and I'm gonna type in Almost Park Terrace. I'll take away just already knowing from the name, you're gonna probably be most close by to Fort Sam Houston. Almost Park Terrace. Okay, cool. So we have 3 results here. So this particular, like, we're gonna be like niching in these neighborhoods, so you only have 3 options. So you have the cheapest end, $224,000, all the way to almost $500,000. So let's see where they are on the map. I'm gonna zoom out instead of dragging. Yeah, so all right, so we're really close to the downtown area. Fort Sam Houston is gonna be like where this gray area is, and also in this particular part of town as well. So you're not too far away. So all these neighborhoods, we're gonna touch on Alamo Heights and Terrell Hills soon in this video, but these are areas that military personnel like to gravitate towards. So let's just hop right into it. Let's go on each particular property. If you guys want property with character, mid-century modern, you have these properties built in the 1950s, 60s, and as we get closer to the downtown area. So if you guys want property as that are not as new build as like in the 2000s to modern day right now in 2025, you're gonna probably want to stick around to properties like this, and maybe even have a drive to other longer drive Air Force bases. But if you're gonna be in the Fort Sam Houston area, these Almost Park Terrace, all Alamo Heights, and Terrell Hills are gonna be better neighborhoods for you to utilize, day-to-day living, right? So let's just check out. So actually, this bed is a 2-bed 1-bath, 848 square feet, built in 1950. So really cool that they have these front porches. Earlier made properties, older properties are going to have these front porches, which is pretty cool. These newer properties, new builds, are not going to have these front porches like you see. But overall, it looks pretty much brand new, updated, nice backyards with plenty of mature trees around. So you can see from the photos that they did really good job. Love the panel on the doors that they selected. Just overall a nice property, small property. If you're like single or just you and your spouse and you're traveling, this would be a great property. Under 900 square foot house for $224,900. This property really $265 a square foot. So let's go to the next one. Okay, so this one, I've been on this, actually I showed this property to a client. So this one is a weird property. You have like, it feels like it's a duplex. It's listed at $339,000. It's a 4-bed 2-bath, 2,400 square feet. But when I walked this property, it felt like it was super tight. So over here is definitely a fixer-upper, but it's gonna be very, very nice layout once it's done. When I walked, I'm like, why is it so tight in the front end of the house? But then you go into this, which is right under here, under this carport looking thing, and you enter in, and you're gonna get into like a very nicely updated back portion of the house. But it feels like some of the doorways seem super tight, and I remember that experience, and I feel like I was like a modern day The Hobbit kind of house. I don't know, that's the best way I could put it. I like the selections of the floors they decided to use, but see this particular door here, super tight. I'm 5'8", and if you're like over 6 foot, you're gonna be slouching every time you're gonna enter into that doorway. So this particular property would be good if you decide to invest in it and make it even more nicer, and already get into a like portfolio investing, like having this as a rental and just building that way. But this is Almost Park Terrace. I would call this neighborhood more of like a transition area where you get into the more expensive properties. So let's go on one more. This particular one is a 3-bed 3.5 bath, built in 1939. So and this is about 2,200 plus square feet. So like I mentioned before, guys, as you get closer to the downtown area, you're gonna have experienced types of properties built in the early 1900s. So this was built in 1939. Looks really nice. I said earlier that you're gonna have like detached garage, but this this particular one is gonna have an attached garage. So nice accent with just a red door like that. It makes the property pop. Really cool. You're gonna have a lot of original hardwood floors with these older homes. So the benefit of having original hardwood floors, if you're like getting tired of a certain color, you can always sand them and refinish it and get a different color. Maybe you could put like a different color stain, maybe like coffee brown or maple or whatever you guys want. So looks really nice. If this is your style, by all means, closer to the downtown area are going to be these types of properties. So we're gonna go to the next subdivision. So we already touched on Rhine Valley, Auburn Hills, almost Park Terrace. Now we're gonna hit up Alamo Ranch. Alamo Ranch is gonna be on the northwest part of town. It's gonna be closer to your SeaWorlds. You'll be closer to your Six Flags, and the military base there is gonna be Lackland Air Force Base that you guys are gonna be going towards. So let's see, Alamo Ranch. Okay, so there's a lot of like other Alamo Ranch subdivisions, but I'm just gonna hit up the main Alamo Ranch because there's so many properties. We have 51 properties for sale in the Alamo Ranch area. So on the lower end, you're gonna have the properties in the 250s, 260s, all the way to 840,000. So I'm gonna choose, you know what, let me just X out of that. I'm gonna choose obviously the cheaper end, so you guys can see. I'm gonna choose something in the middle end like I've been doing, and then obviously I'm gonna go to the 840,000 here in a bit. But before I do, I want to show you the map of San Antonio first, so that way you guys can see. So Alamo Ranch is gonna be on the 1604 loop, and then you have Highway 151. So SeaWorld is pretty close here. I'm gonna zoom in close by. It's not gonna show here on this map on my MLS, but you're very close by. A lot of properties to choose from. Culebra here, a lot of great restaurants you can choose from. You have your In-N-Out, you have Raising Cane's, you have Olive Garden, you have I think I remember a sushi place there, Asian flavors, Asian restaurants, a movie theater close by. Really cool spots. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, and then yeah, so you can see the great area here, Lackland Annex and Lackland Air Force Base. If I zoom a little bit more out, I'd say the drive is probably going to be 20 minutes or less. Obviously, like I mentioned before, with traffic, it could be it could be more, but it just depends what route you take. You may take 1604, or you may take the shortcut on 151 right here where my mouse is. So that's that. So you know, let's tackle these properties. This one's brand new to market. It's a 2-bed 2-bath, 1,100 plus square feet, built in 2014, listed at about 260,000 right there. So oh, I hate yellow. Oh, I hate yellow like it's a disease. A lot of people, what I've noticed is people run from yellow. If you're a seller watching this, don't paint your house yellow. Just paint something neutral. Looks like you're living in a mustard bottle. But that's just my opinion. Small property. I'm never a fan of 2-bed 2-bath properties, but it is what it is. You know, you guys can see it has great exterior. But you know, once we tour it, I would definitely put in a gray or a white color just to make it neutral. But it's definitely livable. Obviously, you guys can see that. You know, so let's go to something more in the middle. So we have about 50 plus properties, so I'm gonna hit up like 25, number 25 on the list. So let's check out this one. So this one looks great. 385 list price, 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 3,200 plus square feet, built in 2011. So let's check out these properties. So you're gonna have original carpets on this one. I love these type of properties because you have a lot of space. You'll know once we tour it together, these types of properties, if this is what's your style and this is what you want to tackle and move into, place offers on, this is what to expect, you know. So you're gonna have a lot of square footage, bigger backyards. On this particular one, you have like the main street right behind you. Always tell clients if that can be a deal breaker. To some clients it's not, to some it is. So that I always like to point out, you know, these type of negatives, if you will call it that, to make sure that if you do like it, we can still move forward with the property. Sometimes properties will have electrical lines in the backyard, and that can be a problem to some certain buyers. So I always like to point out the negative stuff first, and if you guys are still okay with it, we can still move forward with properties just like this. So this is a great property to potentially move into. if you guys are looking to get stationed near the Lackland Air Force Base, military base over there. So as promised, let's go to the last one, that really expensive one. This is for $840,000. This one is gonna have a nice pool. Already looks very private with the backyard photo. So 5 bedroom, 4 full baths, 4,600 plus square feet, built in 2016. So let's see what this property has to offer. This is a really cool property. You have a 3-car garage. Looks like I can already imagine it's going to be in a gated community. So certain parts of Alamo Ranch and other subdivisions in Alamo Ranch are going to have a gated community. So this is awesome. You know, high ceilings all throughout. Looks like a shiplap here as well. Beautiful fireplace for the mild winters that we experience here. This is great. You're gonna have a nice round kitchen island that you can also have maybe guests over, or just day-to-day living, you know, breakfast, tacos, all your good stuff there, sharing with the family. So love these beams that they installed in this particular property. You can tell just these I think they're gonna be like 12 to 14 foot high ceilings. Those bay windows, arches like that, like in the master bedroom. I love how the new builds incorporate sinks. That's a tiny little, you know, touch, like nice touch to properties, especially with the ladies and the guys that like utilize sinks, especially in the laundry room. Some properties, older properties like mine, don't have that, so that's something I'm jealous of. So nice walk-in shower. Just it looks like each particular room has its own bathroom. So you have a game room area here, but you also have this amazing swimming pool that you can use, and you don't have to go to someone else's backyard pool. You can just utilize your own, or you don't even have to go to your current HOA swimming pool, clubhouse, whatever, and you could just enjoy a nice dip in the backyard during the hot summer months here in San Antonio. This is great. They have an outdoor, looks like a TV with a nice fireplace out there. So right now I'm still wearing long sleeve, and it's March, just middle of March, and it can get bipolar sometimes, but I'm experiencing such great weather right now. It's a nice chilly day outside. It's gonna be the low 70s, high 60s. Pretty nice weather. So you guys can experience amazing a time here if you guys purchase a property like this with a swimming pool. Really nice subdivision, Alamo Heights. Not Alamo Heights, Alamo Ranch. We're actually gonna probably touch on Alamo Heights here next, if that's what's on the list. Actually, that's not on the list next. So actually, it's Amber Creek. So Amber Creek. Let's get out of this one and type in Amber Creek. So let's see what Amber Creek has to offer. Amber Creek. Okay. New results. So 6 results. So we're just gonna select 3 of them. So on the low end, you're gonna have 245,000. And on the high end, you're gonna have 295,000. So let's just start off with well, let me zoom out real quick so you guys can see you are very close to the Lackland Air Force Base. So you can see you're gonna probably be less than 10 minutes, not even, to get to the Lackland Air Force Base, depending on which side you're gonna be at. But this is super close to these areas. So let's check out this first one, the cheaper end. 3-bed, 2.5 bath, about 2,000 square feet, 2014 build, $245,000. So you guys already know, as you're watching this, and if you're still watching, you're going to see that properties that are considered a newer build, like 2014, 2007, above to the year 2000, majority of them are going to have original cabinets. I think this is Formica countertops. Formica table looks like here that they have. Original carpets, I think I already mentioned that, but still move-in ready. You know, still move-in ready type of house. You can see they like to paint. These guys don't have like an actual cohesive theme throughout, so that's just me. I like to have everything like one theme, but if that's your style, if that's your vibe, go for it. You know, so you can always update these later if you want to. You can get the laminate floors at Floor and Decor. We have Floor and Decor here in San Antonio, so that's a property you guys can experience here. Let's go to number 3 on the list. So this one's 4-bed, 3 full bath, 2,200 square feet plus, built in 2014, listed at $287,000. So original tile throughout. I would probably just install laminate floors over it just to make it easier. But it looks very gloomy, on my personal opinion. But very, very nice areas you can use and purchase in this part of town. So let's go to the most expensive one on the list. Is this one. 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,500 square feet plus, built in 2017, and $295,000. So nice exterior. Looks like as soon as you walk in, you're gonna be like in a wet area, and then original carpet. You have your staircase here. It goes around into the kitchen, and then I already know that all the bedrooms are gonna be upstairs on this one. I've been in these types of properties. Majority of your bedrooms are gonna be upstairs. So that's that. So now let's go visit Alamo Heights and Terrell Hills. These are my top 2 favorite out of this entire list. Just a lot of properties with character. So it's gonna be like in a mixture of the early mid-century moderns, 1940s, 50s, 60s type of properties there. So as I go over there and look it up, Alamo Heights. I typed in Alamo Heights too much with the M. Alamo Heights. You know what? And they're very close by, so let's do also Terrell Hills as well. Terrell Hills. That's what I have on the list, right? Yeah, so they're very close to each other. So we have about 48 properties to choose from when it comes to that. And you're going to be very close to the Fort Sam Houston area or military base. So if I show you guys on the map, I'd say this is like one of the most pristine areas to live in the city of San Antonio. So you have Alamo Heights here, and then you also have Terrell Hills here, and Fort Sam Houston is like right here. So you can literally take what is this? I think this is Austin Highway, and hit up Fort Sam Houston on these smaller streets. You can take maybe a Highway 281 if you want to and go all the way here, but it's super close and convenient. So I want to go on the cheaper end and show you guys Alamo Heights. So you have $204,900 all the way to like 5.7 million plus. So that's we're gonna hit that 5 million plus. I'm also gonna want to hit up like in the closer lower 1 millions, and then maybe dive in a few others, so that way you guys can check it out. So Terrell Hills and Alamo Heights are really a close area, close sister neighborhoods. So let's check out a few. So this one is in Terrell Hills subdivision. So this one's a 3-bed, 1.5 bath, about 1,025 square feet, built in 1971, and about $205,000. Looks really nice. I think these owners did a great job with the flooring update. Looks like Formica countertops, original windows. Just overall, it's a nice property. If you don't have a big family or you're just you by yourself, this would be a great fit. Great on the budget, great on the monthly payments. So that's something you guys can definitely use. So let me go something in the like 400s. Let's do like 489. So this one is still in Terrell Hills. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath, 17, almost 1,800 plus square feet. Built in 1952 and listed at $489,000. So properties that are going to be closer to the downtown area, like I mentioned before, are going to have more character, more design, more interesting layouts than your average new build property that is like past 2000, year 2000 and up. So you're gonna have a lot more mature trees when it comes to properties like this, rather than new builds. New builds are gonna have baby trees, or some are not gonna have trees at all. So it just depends what your style is. So let's check it out. 929 Morningside. Let's check out this one. So this one's in Terrell Hills. 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,600 plus square feet, built in 1953, listed for $570,000. Look at these type of properties. It's just amazing. Kitchen island. I love the fixtures that they decided to use. You have a backyard pool. Looks very inviting, warm and cozy. Beautiful type of properties. I love this archway that leads into the other side, which it looks like it's the living room. Really nice how they staged this property. Super nice all throughout. So love this. Now let me zoom out, because we just touched on some Terrell Hills properties, but I want to touch on some Alamo Heights properties. So let's check out a few Alamo Heights properties. Let's check out one for 400,000 almost. So let's see this one. See, I mean, I love the property styles of Alamo Heights and Terrell Hills. Like, you guys don't get this with new build neighborhoods. This is a 2-bed, 1-bath, 921 square feet, built in 1922. So this property was like around during the Great Depression and above, you know. So that's so cool that you guys have something like that with history in the city of San Antonio. So looks like a beautiful Victorian style front porch, original hardwood floors like I mentioned earlier. Really cool. And if this is your style, guys, this is why it's so important to contact us. And I want to make sure that you guys reach out to us. Go ahead and contact us with all of our information below. You can email us, text us, call us, Zoom call us, book a Zoom call with us. It doesn't really matter how you get a hold of us. The most important thing is to get a hold of us if you guys are deciding to relocate to San Antonio, especially if you're military personnel and watching this video right now. Just, I love it. Let's check out another property in the Alamo Heights. Let's do an expensive one. 1.6 million in Alamo Heights. 1.5. Oh, I just love these type of properties. I did a lot of jobs with my dad, doing the hardwood floor installations and sanding and refinishing, so I know these like the back of my hand. 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 3,300 plus square feet, 1940 build, listed at 1.5 million. I love. See what I told you guys? You have a detached garages. So if you guys are not a fan of attached garages, it's gonna be sometimes a hit or miss, depending on what parts of town you guys want to shop around in. But that's why it's so important to contact us, and we'll guide you through the right areas where the criteria is gonna fit with what you guys want. So I love the high ceilings, love the contrast of the dark, looks like coffee brown floors with the white walls, neutral furniture, really nicely done. I think this is staged, but it's still really nice. You have your office space, all that waterfall countertop design, really kitchen island, really cool. Just love it. Looks like commercial appliances for your kitchen, really nice. Your soaker tub, your walk-in shower, double vanity, so beautiful. I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for your move. I'm excited for your relocation, and I'm excited to serve you guys from start to finish. I mean, look at these types of properties. Look how nice you have. Like, it almost looks like a Great Gatsby look. You have a balcony looking into the backyard, it looks like. I think it is, or actually that's the front, never mind. But still, really, really nice. I like these types of properties. So now let's go to something that is very, very expensive. Just so you guys, for kicks and giggles, you know, if you guys are gonna purchase this property, let us know. But you know, I want to show you guys what an expensive property in the Terrell Hills looks like as well. So 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath, almost 7,000 square feet, built in 1937. Obviously they have done updates and I'm sure some additions, but you're gonna have a lot more bigger lot sizes on these particular types of properties. So let's just check it out. As we're checking out these types of properties, you're gonna the fastest or the most nearest military base is going to be your Fort Sam Houston. So it looks very, very modern. Looks like stucco exterior. Huge driveway. You can park your expensive cars there, or your Rolls Royce, your Lambos, your whatever, your higher end cars. But anyways, just really, really nice properties. Love the soaker tub, the walk-in shower. Huge property. Nice swimming pool. Just check out these photos. Really, really nice. Nice pictures during the day like that. Just plenty of options to choose from. So that's why I'm doing these types of video, guys. So that way you guys can get educated and see what parts of town you guys see fit. I mean, let's just do one more. Let's do one in the 900,000s. Let's do 918. This one, 918,000. Like I told you guys before, nice character, beautiful character properties built in the 1920s. 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,500 plus square feet. This one is going to be in the Alamo Heights subdivision, as you see here. And let's check out the photos. So this is gonna have a detached garage. You can see over there behind the gate, the fence. Really, really nice. I love Alamo Heights. I love Terrell Hills. I love Almost Work. I actually would live in these parts of the city, but they're too far away from my church, which is far north in Bernie, just above San Antonio, and it's quite a drive. So, but if our church was located somewhere near these types of property, I would purchase something like this. I mean, look how nice these properties are. You're gonna have a bunch of character, and also you can utilize the history and the charm of the age of the home and still update it to standards like this. And you can keep original hardwood floors. So it's just, and you can install newer floors in other parts of the house, you know, but still super, super nice. I love how they use this tree to and still kept this tree even though it's really close to the house. Just adds character. Beautiful patio space in the back, the detached garage, like I mentioned, privacy gate here, safe area. I highly recommend. And this is a great opportunity for you guys to choose and select from, and I absolutely love it. So now you know all the areas that the military personnel gravitate towards. These are very close proximity to each and every base that we just discussed on the video. I am in front of my chicken coop again, and I love my chicken coop, as you guys can tell. But anyways, if you guys are looking to move to San Antonio, relocate to San Antonio, don't hesitate to ask. Don't hesitate to reach out. Our phone number, email, Zoom links are in the link in the description below. They're also here on the screen as well. So if you guys are looking to move to San Antonio, relocate to San Antonio, hit us up. We deal with people just like you every single day that are moving and contacting us here in the city of San Antonio, Military USA. So if you guys are doing that, feel free to reach out, and we'll see you guys on the next video.